Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I decided, I've heard a lot of people talk from my Panama Canal. Some people have messaged me, some people I've heard back from that they tested positive when they got back home. And Princess did not test us 14 days, like during the 14 days. There was no mid-cruise testing. So we got off the ship and there's no testing to fly back to Canada. So I flew back to Canada and other people have said that they've caught COVID even though they didn't have any symptoms or very, very mild symptoms because they tested themselves when they got home to go back to work. Well, I guess I better test myself too because I'm flying in 5 more days. I better be prepared. Okay, so normally what you do is you go online and there is another person walking you through this and they will verify that you've had a negative or a positive result. And that is okay for the cruise lines. However, this one will be no good for me for the cruise lines. It's too far away from my cruise, it's too far away from my flight. I'm just doing this for my own peace of mind because I've had a bit of a queasy stomach, I've had a bit of a sore throat. I think it's a little bit of cold because the air conditioning kicked on in the last 4 days of my cruise, and I think I might have, and also when we were waiting for the air flight home, there was like an air vent right on the back of our neck, but it was like the only place to sit in the whole terminal for that amount of time. So we were kind of stuck there. So I'm going to do this here, and then I'll talk a little bit about some of the things that went on the cruise, and you'll see my results here live as well, as long as this thing wants to open. So you get your Q-tip. This is the liquid that will pour in. And here's what it looks like inside here. So basically, you have 2 holes over here. You drop 6 drops of the liquid in the top of the hole. Very simple. This thing here just breaks off pretty easy. And then you drop the liquid in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. And then you take the ever popular Q-tip. Of course, I got one that's sealed like like it's never going to have to be opened by somebody. All right. So I don't think you guys need to see me shove this up my nose, do you? I don't think. Well, okay. If you don't want to watch this, turn away for 10 seconds. Are you ready? Okay, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Blah. Oh, I hate that part. Now what you do is you take that Q-tip. There's a little stick part on, and you put it over that bottom hole. And you seal this around it. And now it's a waiting game. Supposed to wait up to 15 minutes for the test results. 1 line is negative, 2 lines is positive. So we don't want to see 2 lines pop up on this. So, all right, let me tell you a little bit about my cruise because it was a lot of fun. It was my first group cruise back in a long time. The ship was fun. The staff, I cannot say enough good things about the staff. There's a bit of a mix-up with dining. the first night, they didn't receive the request to have all of my group seated in the same area. But by the second night, Daniel, the head maitre d' on board, he had made the arrangements to get us all in there, set tables aside, and we were good for the rest of the cruise. Everyone seemed to get along and enjoy eating together. It was a very easy come as you are. Did you want to eat with the main dining? Did you want to go to specialty dining, be our guest kind of thing? We ended up having a big group photo at the end with everybody on the ship. As far in our group, or at least most people. Some people didn't get the message in time because it was kind of a last minute thing we decided to do. But they made arrangements for us to get into the theater when it was closed and have that photo. They just seem to go above and beyond, which is really all you can ask, right? Whenever you go on a ship, that's the best part. So I've had a lot of things that happened that, I mentioned a few things. Some people's air conditioning wasn't working. They either repaired it right away or they moved them to a new cabin that it was working. Some people's safes weren't working, but they just swapped them out and got new safes. Some people's TV canceled out. They fixed it. They got it repaired. And the engineers on board were super busy. Let's put it that way. They were super busy. One thing I did really appreciate on this cruise, but that might be a thing for just me, was the internet. The Wi-Fi on board was really, really good. Now, the app was finicky. The app was finicky for some of the days. But I'm talking the actual internet. Hooking up to the internet, downloading, checking your emails, doing work online, whatever you need to do online, that worked. Probably one of the best I've seen on a cruise ship in a long, long, long time. It did not slow down my workload at all. And as many of you know, sometimes when I'm trying to upload a video on a cruise ship, it can take 6-7 hours sometimes. That's not including editing and that, which is also online. Well, I got this not quite as fast as I did at home, but I got quite a few. No problems. Let's put it that way. The internet was really, really good. And then, let me tell you about, let me tell you, chef's table. We had requested a chef's table. I tried to get two chef's tables so I could get everybody who wanted to go involved. And unfortunately, that would have taken 50% of the chef's tables, just our group. And that, we're not 50% of the crew, like the cruise people. We had about 80 to 100 people. There was 1,200 passengers on board. That's less than 10%. Why would we get 50% of the chef's tables? And I completely understand that. But they did give us one chef's table, which holds 12 people. And then they went out of their way to make another table of 7 for us, which means we had 19. So we were missing 4 people for our chef's table. And that, think that's almost 60 some percent more work for the chef and the staff and the maitre d' for that chef's table, for all the other different meals that they have to cook for this presentation, and make sure it arrives on time. Make sure it arrives hot. And they did a great job. They accommodated us. And the people who could not join us were randomly picked from the group. The only one who was guaranteed was me. It was my chef's table. I think that would have, hey, come join me on the chef's table, and then I'm the only one not there. That wouldn't have been good. So we did go, and the people who did not get into the chef's table, well, they got free specialty dining. Compliments of Princess Cruise Lines. I didn't ask for that. They offered that because of having to get those people off. That's how accommodating they were for us. Are you kidding me? Like that's again, that little extra above and beyond that makes you appreciate customer service and staff. And when you hear of stories like that, or it happens to you on the cruise, what's the first thing in your mind? You're saying, I like this cruise line. They're doing everything they can to help me out. And look, I had something disappointing, and they gave me something else to try and compensate and make up for it. That's what you want in a cruise line. That's what you hope a cruise line does for you. And it wasn't just in things like that. Now, here, I'm going to tell you here. My niece, Angelina. You think I get away with stuff. She gets away with stuff a lot. And so one of the things, she was on like a carnivore diet, which is meat only for the first 7 days of the cruise. But then when she came off the cruise, she wanted smoothies. Now, normally you can get smoothies at some of the, like an ice cream bar, or you can get it at the coffee shop, or you can get it in the spa area, depending on the ship you're on. International Cafe often has smoothies that you can get down there, or the bar nearby. Well, unfortunately, there is no International Cafe on the Island Princess. And so she couldn't find smoothies. And then she found out up in the buffet that they offered smoothies, but only in the morning. And she says, oh, well, I really wanted to have a smoothie, in the evening. I really, enjoy a smoothie for the show or something like that. And, well, she talked to one of the chefs upstairs in the buffet area. And the chef said, well, tell me, come by tomorrow. What flavors do you like? And she said, oh, I would really like peach. Chef said, come by tomorrow. So her and her friend came up, and the chef had made them smoothies that night of peach, just for them. And he didn't know she was part of my group or anything. Her name's not my last name. She's not staying in my cabin. She's just a crew member, like a passenger on board. And the chef went out of the way to do this for her. And guess what? Then he said, well, what flavor would you like tomorrow? They had a different flavor the next 7 days of the cruise, every night waiting for them up in the buffet when they went up there. Again, above and beyond, right? Isn't that going above and beyond? I was very impressed with how many times people went above and beyond. My stateroom attendant, Dada, was great. He knew my work schedule. He knew kind of what I had to do. He knew not to disturb me because I might be recording in my room. And he did exactly what I needed him to do. And of course, you let him know. One of the great things about medallion class is you had that little iPad thing outside your room, and you just click do not disturb, or you click clean my room. And if it's off, they know that you're not requesting either. You could be in your room, you could be out, but you don't need a service right now. And it makes it so much easier for the staff to go around. So yeah, I really did enjoy myself on this cruise. I cannot say enough. It was the staff, as always, I'm always impressed. You've seen me go on other cruises where I'm leaving, say, Princess Cruise Line, and I'm going to a Royal Caribbean ship. And I needed to get tested. And I mentioned it, hey, are you doing testing on board? Can I pay to get a test on board because I need to go on another ship when I get off this one? And they tested me and didn't charge me, even though I wasn't going to a Princess, Carnival, Holland America, any of their own brand. I went to a rival company's cruise ship, and they still tested for me. I really can't complain at all. So I'm kind of looking here to see if there's any sign of anything yet. And there's nothing yet coming through. At least nothing that I have to worry about so far. All right, so as I finish this off here, let me know, have you guys ever had a cruise line go way above and beyond? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if what happened, because I know other cruise lines do this as well. And that's why I'm just mentioning this cruise, because it was my latest cruise I was on. And I try and mention staff going above and beyond whenever I'm on a ship and it happens. This one in particular stood out because I had close to 100 people with me. So it made a big difference that I saw how much was going on and how much above and beyond was happening. It wasn't just happening to me, it was happening to numerous people around me. And so, yeah, very, very happy with that. Well, it has been, I think, close to 11 or 12 minutes. And right now, I'm not seeing anything but one white line going across my screen. Apparently I don't have it. Apparently I'm negative. So far, no line. I guess I'm negative, and that's a good thing, because now that means I can sail again in just a few more days. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world now that I can go again. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.